97.3 Est-Ouest 91.7.
RM1, it's 9 o'clock. The news with Ayrece Stewart. Good morning, Ayrece.
Good morning, Sophie.
The headlines.
Mauritius pays tribute to Sir Siwo Saga Ramgoolam on the 125th anniversary of his birth, with commemorations across the island highlighting his legacy in independence, education and national unity. Ruling expected at the Pamplemousse court today on admissibility of an audio recording linked to the death of Steve Jacqueline Juliette. Businessman Stephen Mutukopen arrested once again by the Financial Crimes Commission, provisionally charged with money laundering. Son of the governor of the Bank of Mauritius files 50 million rupee defamation lawsuit against Gérard Sampeur. Lawyer Anup Gudari takes on the Bar Council, alleging unfair disciplinary procedures after being summoned over a controversial social media video. In world news, US President Donald Trump's second state visit to the United Kingdom shifts to politics, with Prime Minister Keir Starmer hosting talks on trade, Ukraine and Gaza. And in football, a dramatic night in the UEFA Champions League. Liverpool edge Atletico Madrid 3-2 with a stoppage time winner, while Chelsea fall to Bayern Munich. Mauritius today marks the 125th birth anniversary of Sir Siwo Saga Ramgoolam. Born in Kewal Nagar, SSR rose from humble beginnings to become the central figure of the country's independence in 1968. He went on to serve as Prime Minister for over 14 years and later as Governor General until his passing at the age of 85. His legacy lives on through the institutions, landmarks and policies that shaped modern Mauritius, from free education to the 1967 Sugar Protocol that secured the country's economy for decades. Speaking to RM1, Labour Party veteran Dr. Arvind Bulal described SSR as a visionary and humanist who strengthened harmony among communities and laid the foundations for Mauritius' social and economic development. Commemorative events are being held across the island today to honour his contribution to the nation. And moving to the courts now, where the proceedings to shed light on the death of Steve Jacqueline Juliette continue this morning at the Pamplemousse court. The ruling is expected on the admissibility of the audio recording released by Monsieur Moustas. At the hearing of 22 August, the Chief Police Medical Officer Dr. Sudesh Kumar Gangadin spent nearly 3 hours on the stand. His autopsy report concluded that death was due to an acute coronary occlusion, while also noting 4 healing injuries and aggravated health conditions. A phone log dated 6 January 2023, referring to a conversation held before the autopsy between Dr. Gangadin and former Police Commissioner Anil Kumar Dip, was also raised. The defense contests the authenticity and origin of this recording. And staying with the courts, as part of an ongoing investigation, the Financial Crimes Commission arrested businessman Stephen Mutukopen. He has been provisionally charged with money laundering under Section 36 of the FCC Act. The case concerns the purchase of land and properties suspected of being acquired through criminal proceeds. According to investigators, the assets include a plot of land in Balaklava worth 2 million rupees and 2 plots in Marlong valued at 4 million rupees. These were acquired through Zia Property and Development, a company where Mutukopen served as director. The FCC says its inquiry is continuing and reaffirms its commitment to fighting financial crime with integrity and professionalism. Tevin Stanen, son of the governor of the Bank of Mauritius, has filed a defamation lawsuit against Gérard Sampeur. He claims Sampeur made damaging statements accusing him of interference, nepotism and conflicts of interest, which he says have severely harmed his reputation locally and internationally. In his complaint, Tevin Stanen is seeking 50 million rupees in damages, as well as a public apology and the removal of the remarks from all platforms. This follows a similar lawsuit already filed by his father, Ramas Stanen, against Sampeur. More on this with Lovina Sophie.
In his complaint, Tevin Sitanen claims that these remarks accusing him of interference within the Bank of Mauritius, nepotism and conflicts of interest have seriously damaged his personal and professional reputation, both locally and internationally. He maintains that he has never used his father's influence to obtain any advantages. The complainant is seeking 50,000 million rupees in damages as well as a public apology and the removal of the incriminating statement from the platforms. This new complaint adds to the one already filed by his father, the governor of the Bank of Mauritius, Ramastanen, who is also suing Gérard Samper for similar accusations.
And finally, in other news, lawyer Anup Gudari is challenging the Mauritius Bar Council over what he calls an unfair disciplinary process. The council had summoned him to explain a controversial video posted on social media earlier this year in which he appeared in a bathtub, urging Mauritians to protest against pension reforms. In an affidavit filed on 16 September, Gudari argues the procedure was launched without any formal complaint and that his requests for clarification were ignored. He says the Bar Council has acted beyond its powers. And it's 9:06. You're listening to RM1, where we move into international news now. After the royal hospitality and pageantry, US President Donald Trump's unprecedented second state visit to the UK is expected to take a serious turn today when he is hosted by Prime Minister Keir Starmer for wide-ranging talks. Starmer will greet Trump on the second day of the visit at his country residence with pressing issues such as trade, Ukraine and Gaza on the agenda. The Prime Minister has positioned himself as a bridge between the unpredictable US leader and European allies, particularly on the war in Ukraine, in a bid to secure more commitments for Kiev from Trump. And finally in sports, on to the UEFA Champions League, where Liverpool clinched victory in the dying minutes, winning 3-2 against Atletico Madrid. Meanwhile, Chelsea were beaten 3-1 away at Bayern Munich with Harry Kane scoring twice. The defending champions PSG cruised to a 4-0 victory over Atlanta. Inter defeated Ajax 2-0 with Thuram scoring a brace in the 42nd and 47th minutes. It was also historic for Paphos, who claimed their first ever point with a goalless draw away at Olympiacos. Similarly, Bodo and Glint drew 2-2 at Slavia Prague after coming back from 2 goals down. The competition continues tonight with Eintracht Frankfurt against Galatasaray live on NBC 11 from 11 p.m. That's all from me this morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. Stay tuned now to the Intermediate playlist until 10.